So, this is the test movie, seeing if this is going to work, see if my mic is actually being picked up and being added to the gameplay. Alright, so the purpose of this was just to get some gameplay recorded. I'm going to do some arena quests. Black Marine, Red Marine, kill 25 creatures deck for this. So, what I'm selecting here today is what I've aptly named Creature Kill. It is basically a rock slab deck full of creature removal and a couple minutes to close out the game, plus some card protection in there. It is primarily two colors, green and black, with a white splash strictly to actually use Mythos of Nethroi to its fullest extent. But there are no actual white cards in the deck. This hands into the keep. Got all three colors. I've got cast especially Morse, which turns out to be really good with using Valorous. Not spoiling on top. Honestly, not really worried about the opponent's style of deck. This is the kind of matchup I'm looking for. I'm able to slow roll my lands a little bit, play the white torch, making things that maybe I'm on Orzhov enchantments or something like that. Just a little bit of misdirection. Village Rites kind of keeps them in this thing, honestly. It's going to be a battle of resources, and the fact that he's able to utilize his graveyard as a resource is kind of a big deal. To run him out of the loophole is one of the best ways to counteract my deck, obviously. But I have a lot of it, and I do have SSA resources to try to see how we end up going in the long run. Now I choose the Murderous Rider here because of efficiency. The Heartless Act makes a lot of sense. The Heartless Act can't get Planeswalkers. I'm not really worried about that again. There's not a lot of people who run Planeswalkers in that. Grab the forest here. Time to start thinking about the new cast Kobla. Not really. Kobla's not a great matchup. Or Recur. Here, I'm mostly just trying to see what he's got coming up for me. The Call of the Death Dweller is obviously just because he's got the ability to take the image of it already in the yard, so I'm able to take his best play for the next turn. Another fatal passage means I can grab another forest. And Green Source away from Kobla. Second Village Rites is what it is. This is where I get really nervous. Like I said, running the other resources is the way. I do have resources left, but I don't actually have time to cast them. There's the 6th mana. Go grab the last forest in the deck. Which is the reason I run 3 of them exactly. And cast Kobla. Which is just a great 2-for-1 when it comes down. He eats a creature. Again, Villagerites. The fact that he's got 3 of them is just kind of like, good job, Shuffler. I don't expect him to survive because he's got the leaf on his hand. So it's just a matter of. He likes Lurrus. Land. Scribe's useful. Mythos, that's what I want to see on top, is more removal. The Garruk is better than just using less mana. Don't see any direct time block or removal.
Stay on the trail.
Like, it's just not worth minusing on the Fireblade Charger. I'd rather just put up some creatures to block with the likelihood that he's going to do anything relevant to either, to the whole board is pretty slim for the worst spot things. It's not blocked.
Remember, you reap what you
2 cards for
sow.
1, and still have 2 tokens left on the field from it. That's what I like to see. Rocks off the top. That'll be a threat for next turn. I've got the Mythos and Nethrite to deal with it. In the meantime, Lurrus is not a complete surprise. It lets him Kroxa again. That forces me to answer things directly here. The downside for him is that he doesn't keep the Kroxa, obviously. The Lurrus is the larger threat, so I'm going to kill that right away. The Rebirth is annoying. In terms of resources, we're basically on the exact same page, so it's not going to do to answer his recursion. Right now he's looking at being able to recur the Kroxa, but not a whole lot else going on. So he takes another 6. This goal brings back 2 threats. Top deck for him. The Death Touch on the Fireblade Charger is probably the correct play. Okay, again, top deck like an absolute champ. Agonizing Remorse is going to answer the Titan, because I just don't want to deal with that in the long run. In the meantime, I got to play defense because I only have 10 life. He's got a 2-charge clock with what he's showing, and the Death Touch does not. The 4/4 does not bode well for me to attack. It's much better for it's here. But I am kind of depending on drawing straight removal or into one of my other conditions or into more card advantage. This is a questionable attack by the opponent. I don't know if that's correct. The 4/4 is the best creature on the board for both at 0 resources. I honestly probably would have sat on it and tried to use that creature's ability to get the card advantage necessary to dig it out. I draw the Agonizing Remorse. I don't know that it's really worth using here because, he doesn't have a Kroxa. He could draw another one. But being able to recur that Lurrus is too much of a threat, so I end up using it anyways. The Chainwhirler Arachnia is the perfect top deck. It blocks the Hexblade Charger perfectly because it's going to come back in its turn. Fire Titan is a threat. relevant against creatures that can come back from the graveyard on their own, especially in a long game. Here, I've got a ton of resources in the graveyard to speed up and keep recurring that threat. So here we are, we've got the Chamber of Barrett in there, just as promised. This deck doesn't actually have any graveyard recursions, so what I exile doesn't matter aside from obviously. When it doesn't attack, that signals to me that it does attack. But this is a pretty easy block here because again, if my creature comes back, who doesn't fight itself? Resources that are already in the graveyard. Go ahead and save on removal to basically just recur the chamber over time. My opponent gets a castle here, and that does give him some card advantage. If it were earlier in the game, I'd be a little more worried about it if he had a little more health as a resource. But I'm punching him here for 4 a turn. I've got him on a 3-turn clock, and every health point matters. So I'm less afraid of the castle. Otherwise, case in point here, if he tries to, he's got 2 cards in hand. He could take 3 health trying to draw. It's unlikely. He's probably got something. Instead, nope, he takes 3 damage, which puts him on a having to sort of die. So now he plays an Archfiend's Vessel. Obviously, that would prevent me from winning the game. I've got the resources in hand. I'm going to go ahead and harvest back the creature. He thinks he's got the trump card with the Malakir Rebirth. I don't have to do it this way. I could have let the Malakir Rebirth resolve, let him take the damage, and let him have the bigger creature and just destroy the bigger creature. It would have worked out the same, more or less. We'd be at 2 health instead of 4. Maybe that's the correct play, but I knew he was dead to the rest anyways. There's very little that he could have played